Shuttleworth Weaving is a family-run business that specializes in bespoke and standardized rug and carpets. The business was started by Andy and Helen Shuttleworth, who have lived in Fort Nottingham for the past 44 years. So I'm going to take you a journey into the farm first before we see the gorgeous rugs that they make.
Hi, my name's Rob Shuttleworth, and together with my wife Julia, we've carried on with the family business of doing hand weaving. We make mostly bespoke carpets out of mohair and wool, and we also use some recycled polypropylene, some natural fibres like jute and cotton. This is hand spun mohair and jute. This is a thicker, sort of chunkier ribbed weave. This is a thick hand-spun mohair carpet.
This is something I'd want. This is that expensive one, right?
This is a very expensive one.
Of course.
My parents came here to the farm in about 1976. They bought the small holding and they started dairy farming. There was a convent called St. Cuthbert's. And the nuns there used to run a weaving place and teach weaving to the locals. So my mother grew up with weaving nearby and she was always very intrigued by it. And while Dad was farming, she started doing a bit of weaving on the side. Once they practiced enough, they can spin a skein to be exactly the same weight every single time.
So is this like a practice wheel?
No, this is a full-on spinning wheel, but she's busy learning. You've got to kick this wheel so that it goes round.
So I have to do this?
Okay, so you see when you kick, it's like a steam train that drives that wheel around. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, push down. And again, push down.
Oh, you just keep pushing?
And keep going. You've got to kick, it's like a bicycle.
Okay, now I'm done. This is not a job, okay, that I can do very well. So I'm not employed then?
We'd need a few more weeks to see if you could.
So there's a possibility?
Well,
no, he's like, no.
Probably not. Currently we employ about 16 staff, most of them Zulu women, and they are mostly the breadwinners in their families. And they come from local townships and communities, and they stay with us here on the farm during the week, and then they head home on weekends to go and see their families.
If there's a design that somebody wants on the rug, how do you do that?
We work with them to interpret their vision. We would then, it has to be within the parameters of what we can do and how we work. And then we can interpret what they want in the way that we weave. So we can add texture, we can add colour, we can go thicker or thinner, and we can add the specific fibre for the specific area. So this would make a very good bedroom rug, for instance, because it's a very thick, soft, yes, luxurious mohair.
Yes. So how then would you actually get the design onto the rug?
You step on the different treadles to make the strings work in different ways.
Oh, okay. So somebody actually kind of weaves the design into the...
Yeah, so we set the loom. Yeah, we set the loom up for each specific project. This loom's got a very nice name. They call this loom Kaluzome, which translates to cry until your cheeks are dry, because it's so big and so heavy.
How do you say that?
Kaluzome.
Kaluzome.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
That sounds right.
Kaluzome. So let's talk about the dyeing process.
So the spun yarns here,
okay,
they've come across from the spinning. There's an example of different fibres there and the different ways they're spun. From the Namibian caracal, a blend of mohair and wool, some pure New Zealand wool. We've got some hand-spun, thin, fine hand-spun mohair at the bottom. We then go to the dye vat.
Okay.
It's a very simple process of getting the chemicals to bond with the fibre, okay, and in the different colours. We can make absolutely any colour you want. If you bring a swatch of fabric, we'll match a colour for you.
I've learned how to distinguish between mohair fibre and wool. So if you look closely, this is mohair. and this is wool. So you see the difference? Wool is smooth, very smooth, and the mohair is fluffy. So what I'm sitting on right now is recycled plastics that was made into carpets, and how it works is simple. They get recycled plastic and it's made like this, okay? Like this. Then what happens is they take it to the spinning wheel, which I think you saw that I was fantastic at. However, they didn't give me a job. So they take it through the spinning wheel and they can mix the different colors together, and eventually it goes to the weaving machine, and the finished product is what I'm about to lie on.
We now export internationally to all over the world. Our main focus is custom-made rugs for high-end designers in New York and London.